Hi gang, hello, and welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today we are going to answer a very important question. A very searching, very introspective question. And that question is, who am I? Now, I got something in the mail today, and it is this: an Ancestry.com DNA test. And we will finally determine at long last who I am. Am I a kind of amalgam of various European white crammed together into one being, a mutt basically? Or am I a young Asian boy? This will finally determine what I actually am. Now, I know that these ancestry tests or these DNA tests from Ancestry or other services out there aren't necessarily the most accurate thing in the world. They do percentages on your background, basically, like, oh, you're 30% from this area, perhaps Scandinavia, or you're 20% from the British Isles, or you're of Celtic origin. And I don't really know how accurate this can be, but I think it'll be kind of fun to see. I had some information before. I think it was an uncle on my mom's side and then an aunt on my dad's side had taken tests, and I don't know if they were from the same service. And so we were able to sort of amalgam together some percentages and say, oh, you're partially Scandinavian, you're partially of Germanic origin. And just knowing some of my family history, I know that basically my grandma on my dad's side was, as far as we know, 100% Norwegian, and then my grandpa on my dad's side was supposedly 100% German. So I would assume that I'm around 25% Scandinavian, 25% German. And then on my mom's side, there's a bunch of stuff, English and Irish, and I think some German as well, maybe, and some other sort of Celtic, British Isles kinds of ethnicities. So we'll see. I have an idea of my percentages, but you know, you never know. Something might surprise me, and again, I know I'm not going to take this super seriously, but I thought it would be a fun little exercise. So let's pop this thing open. Ancestry DNA. We've got a little info card here, some sort of baggie. I'm assuming this is for my saliva. Put that to the side for now. This is cap choking hazard, keep out of reach of children. I'm assuming this is my saliva collection sample thing. And then we've got a first class package return service here, so we can put our sample in there. I think they said it takes 6 to 8 weeks, so this could be a little bit of a long wait. But let's look at this little info card here. Ancestry DNA. Welcome to Ancestry DNA. Simply complete the following steps and let the discoveries begin. Number 1, activate Kit Online, safe and secure. Number 2, gather DNA, simple and easy. For instructions in Espanol, Francés, Dutch, Portuguese, Svenska, and Italiano. Okay. Activate Kit Online, we'll do that off camera. It says, do not skip this step. You cannot get your results unless you activate your test. Go to AncestryDNA.com, activate. Don't have an Ancestry account? It's so easy and free. We'll help you set one up. Enter the 15-digit activation code from the collection tube. All right, I think I'm gonna open this thing now. Is that okay? Ancestry.com. Here we go. There is a tube. It has 15 digits. All right, what is this? There's some sort of fluid here. I don't know what it is. We're gonna figure that out. This code links your sample to you. There's only blah, 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 blah. Do not eat, drink, smoke, or chew gum for 30 minutes before giving your saliva sample. Does water count? I don't think I've eaten, drank, or smoked, or chewed anything else other than some water. It says, fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line. There is a black wavy line on there. I don't know if I have enough saliva here. Fill the tube until your saliva, not including bubbles, is at or just above the wavy line. It's easy. That's less than 1/4 teaspoon. Do not overfill. Okay, so there's a funnel, and I'm supposed to just spit in this thing? Screw on the enclosed cap, tighten to release stabilizing fluid. Oh, okay. So this has stabilizing fluid in it, and you screw this on. So here we go. This is kind of gross. How do you do this? I'm gonna spit all over myself. That's like all bubbles. Do I need more? Oh, I'm sorry, gang. It looks like we still need more. I really feel sorry for whoever has to check the sample out. I don't have any saliva right now. I'm still not to the wavy black line, goddammit. That's only a quarter teaspoon, it's not much. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I think I still need a little more. Looks like a sperm sample. Okay, now we're gonna take off this funnel cap and we're going to put on this stabilizer. What does it see? Remove the funnel from the tube, screw on the enclosed cap. Tighten to release the solution. This will stabilize the DNA in your saliva. I hope that saliva was packed with DNA goodness. Here we go. Release the stabilizing fluid. It doesn't seem to be released. Oh, there we go. All right, I don't want to crack this thing. Tighten, you'll know it works when the blue solution for the cap is emptied into the tube. Check. Now, shake the tube for at least 5 seconds. This will ensure your sample mixes thoroughly with the stabilizing solution so our labs can best process your sample. Here we go. That's 5 seconds, something like that. I think we got it. Gross. Okay, now, place the tube in the collection bag. Place the sample inside the collection bag provided in your DNA kit. Seal the bag with the adhesive strip. Where'd my, oh, there we go. Collection bag. I'm gonna throw this in here. Oh, I need to do my activation code, but we'll pretend that I'm sealing this. Why is there this thing? What is this? What is this thing? I don't know what this thing is. And then mail your sample. Place your sample in the prepaid mailing box, seal the box with the adhesive strip, and mail in. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, gang. All ready to mail. So let's just mail that now. And now, we just need to wait 6 to 8 weeks for our results to come in. So let's go. Now we wait. Come on now. Oh! All right, I think 6 weeks has passed, and now it's time to check out my DNA results. I seem to have lost my beard in the intervening time, but let's not worry about that. Let's check out my DNA. Who am I? We're about to find out. All right, gang, here we go. The email is here. I have finally received word about my ancestral origins, my DNA. What percentage of what people am I? Now, like I said before, I already had some idea. I had done sort of a partial family tree on Ancestry.com before, and just knowing family history a little bit, I'm assuming I'm about 25% Scandinavian, primarily Norwegian, I think. I should be about 25% German, and I think around 25% English, with some other like British Isles, Celtic, kind of Northern European stuff thrown in there. So that's what I think I am. And now we're gonna find out what I actually am. Again, take them with a grain of salt. So here we go. Explore your DNA results. You're about to discover your ethnicity estimate. Get a unique look at your family's journey through generations and maybe even connect with your long-lost relatives. We're so excited for you. Here we go. Okay, so we have several things here. We have my DNA story. We have DNA matches. So these are other people who have shared their DNA. So it looks like I have some relatives on here. And then DNA circles, confidence good, DNA circle, third great grandfather. Okay, so it looks like you can sort of explore those and maybe expand your family tree through DNA matches. But here we go, discover your DNA story. Whoa, okay, this is a little surprising. It says that I'm 57% Scandinavian. And then it shows a 16% Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Let's get over here. And then 10% Western Europe, so I guess that could be French and German and things like that, and then only 7% Great Britain. That's crazy. That's not at all what I was expecting. Then we have low confidence regions. So this is only, what is this, 57, 67, that's only 90%. right here. So we've got 10% left to play with. And then low confidence is 3% Europe South, 2% Caucasus, 1% Europe East, 1% Finland, Northwest Russia, or no, that's less than 1% European Jewish, less than 1% North African. That's interesting. So maybe Berber or something like that. But the high confidence regions, 57% Scandinavian. That's crazy because I know for a fact that on my dad's side, my grandmother on my dad's side is 100% Norwegian. I know that, but I also know that my grandfather on my dad's side, they're all dead now. But my grandfather on my dad's side was pretty much 100% German, as far as I knew. So I would assume, just from simple math, that would be 25% Scandinavian, 25% German. And then on my mom's side, it's all like English and Celtic, like English, Scottish, Irish. One thing to keep in mind though is we don't know like when this is from. So they say that, oh, you're Scandinavian, but you know, there were a lot of Scandinavians who came to England and conquered parts of England. In fact, famously in 1066, the Battle of Normandy, William the Conqueror, who was the Duke of Normandy, who was actually Scandinavian. Even though they came from Normandy in France, they were Vikings who had conquered that area. They were given Normandy, so they'd stopped sacking everywhere else in France, and then they came and conquered England. So obviously there is Scandinavian through that into England, and then also the Danes had various parts of England they had conquered. So there's probably a lot of Scandinavian blood in modern English people. So is that where some more of this 57% Scandinavian comes from? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research, and I'm very surprised that I only have 10% Europe West, because I know that my grandfather on my dad's side, his father was born in Germany, and then his mother was Pennsylvania Dutch. So she was like first generation born in the US of Pennsylvania Dutch derivation, and that's German. So I expected 25% for, you know, German or Europe West, whatever, and to only have 7% Great Britain is kind of crazy. So again, I don't know how much confidence we can put in this, but we know now, I guess, with a fairly high degree of confidence that I'm an average American white dude, I guess. But I'm gonna do a little more research now that I have these other connections that I can find through my DNA, other people who share similar DNA. I'm sure I can fill my family tree out a little more fully, and we might find some cool stuff. All right, gang, I have actually found some very cool things through Ancestry.com. Now, bear in mind, I am not in any way sponsored by Ancestry.com. I had tried to make a tree on here several years ago, and then they were having a special sale. It was like half off on one of their DNA kits, and so that's why I'm using this site. I know some people use 23andMe when they're doing the Ancestry thing or the DNA thing, but anyway, through the DNA test and through matching with other people, I've been able to find some really cool things, some pictures of relatives, pictures of ancestors of mine. But I want to show you some of these pictures and some of the things I found. It's pretty cool. All right, gang, look at this. I found so many cool things. So this is a newspaper article. It's too small for you to read, but that's okay. And it's about the Kalberg family holding a family reunion. This is from like the early 1900s in Seattle. This was part of my dad's side, the Norwegian side. That's cool. Here's a gravestone of a Kalberg, died in 1896. That's a direct ancestor of mine. Look at, these are people on my mom's side. Look at this dude here. He looks just like me. This is, I can't remember what the last name was here, but this is my mom's grandfather, or my mom's dad's ancestors. This was taken in the teens or the 20s, I believe. They're having some sort of family gathering. That's amazing. Look at this one. Here's some more of them. More people on my mom's side. Looks very Grapes of Wrath. I love this. Here we have my great-great-grandfather and great-great-grandmother on my dad's side. Actually, I think this was his mother's grandparents, something like that. This guy was a Norwegian sea captain. His name was Peter. And this was Sophia, I believe. Yeah, they look just like me too. And then look at this. This is an article about another one of the Kalbergs, the Norwegians, I believe. Their home was destroyed in a fire. That sucks.
They were direct ancestors of me. And then look at this. This is my, I believe, great-grandmother on my mom's side. I can't remember now. Here she is again, holding a baby. Oh, look at that. Or maybe this was on my dad's side. I can't remember. Anyway, it's cool. She's my blood relative. I'm directly descended from her loins. And look at this. This is my great-grandmother on my dad's side, and this is her brother. And she was Pennsylvania Dutch. So this is her kind of later in life. But here we have a picture of her when she was young. She was only like 20-something here. And then this is my great-grandfather on my dad's side. His name was Frank, and he was first generation, born in the U.S. His father was, or I think he was actually born in Germany, and then came to the U.S. And these are some of my great aunts or something. I don't know what you'd call them. They're my grandfather on my dad's side sisters before he was born. And he was born in like 1908. He was old when he had my dad. Look at that. That's great-granddad. That's great-grandma. This is so cool. And then we have my great-great-grandparents on my mom's side. I think this was taken in the 30s, and they died in the 40s, but they were born in the 1800s. This is awesome. So I found all sorts of cool information like this.
So there you go, gang. I think that's pretty freaking cool. After having plugged my DNA into Ancestry.com, I'm coming up with all these other connections. I can really fill out my family tree. I'm pretty excited about it. I even found a house where my great-grandparents on my dad's side lived in this town, in Bellingham, in like 1912. I'm gonna go visit that at some point as well. But I need to make this video. I need to edit it. I need to upload it. I need to get it out to you to see, and I hope you enjoyed it. I found the whole thing fascinating, but then it's about me and about my ancestors. You may not find it that interesting, but thank you for watching anyway. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things, exploring my origins. I'll see you later. And I don't really know how accurate this can be, but I think it'll be kind of fun to see. I had some information before. I think it was an uncle on my mom's